Will this reality show path to citizenship ever make air? Let's ask the producer himself, Rob Worsoff, who joins me now. Okay, I got to ask, how did you get this idea?
I'm an immigrant. I'm from Canada, and I got this idea 20 years ago when I was going through the immigration process myself. I learned about premium processing at the time. For an extra fee, you could get them to look at your file quicker. And I thought, why isn't that a show? I mean, and I actually pitched this show under President Obama to a woman by the name of Bobby Faye Ferguson, who was the Hollywood liaison to the Department of Homeland Security. She was very receptive to it, and actually said, look, Obama's second election is coming up in a few months. Give me a few months on this to see if he gets reelected. And then after he got reelected, it was, it's the new administration. Give me a few months to settle in. And then I sort of moved on with my life. Unfortunately, she passed away. I actually took it back under President Biden. I spoke with another person at DHS. They were very receptive. They said they're taking it to Alejandro Mayorkas. And about a week later, he became the first non-president in American history to be impeached. And I said, well, there goes that pitch. And then I was able to bring it back again. Both of those administrations, by the way, both Democrats were receptive to this.
Wait, so you've already pitched it to the Trump administration?
I have, yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Obama and Biden.
I did. Yes, both Obama and Biden.
And Trump. You pitched it 3 times to 3 different presidents, and so far.
Yes, and all of them were receptive, everyone.
But it didn't happen. Do you think it might happen now?
I'm hoping.
You say this show won't be a, quote, Hunger Game for immigrants. What exactly, how does this work? I mean, does somebody get voted off every week? And what kinds of competitions are they taking part in?
Yeah, I'm very happy you asked. So nobody moves backwards in this show. This is not, you qualified this show coming in as migrants competing in you said a path to legal immigration. That's not true. Anybody who takes 5 seconds with a critical mind to think about what this show is would only be able to conclude what it is, which is a celebration of America. We're very lucky to be American. It's an honor to be American. All the people on this show will be people who are already in the immigration process, who are all very likely to become future Americans. And all I'm offering is to jump to the front of the line and fast track that process.
So they're all immigrants who are not here illegally.
Correct.
Okay. Because, I mean, there's been a lot of controversy lately over people who are in the immigration process but are still getting deported. None of your losing candidates will get deported.
Of course not. That's ridiculous. I mean, I can't even believe people hear a headline and then they immediately, their imaginations run wild. I mean, I don't understand why people don't, even submit to a little bit of a fact-finding mission before they make crack judgments on things. Of course not. That's ridiculous. I worked on the first season of The Biggest Loser, and when that show was announced, people recoiled in horror at the idea of fat shaming and calling fat people losers and saying, these people have heart attacks and diabetes, and you're gonna exploit them on television on a reality show because they're fat. They recoiled in horror. And then people saw the show and said, oh, of course, this is this amazing, wonderful, kind show. That's exactly what we're doing here. It's The Biggest Loser for immigration, and we're going to put a face to all these people who are on this journey and want nothing more than to be a part of this country, and we're going to humanize them, and we're going to celebrate them. This isn't, you're off on a boat if you don't perform. Nobody's going back any further than whatever place they're in line, and they're all going to be great candidates and future Americans at some point. I'm just offering to speed up the process for one of them.
So where does this, I know that we've heard from the DHS spokesperson who said, we're seriously considering this. This is a great idea. Will you speak next to DHS Director Kristi Noem? Tell me how this would work.
I haven't spoken with Kristi Noem. There was an article that sort of suggested that this was her idea. I haven't spoken with her. No texts, no calls, no Zooms, nothing. I know that DHS is considering my project. I hope it continues to trend in the right direction. I'm not DHS. I don't know where they are at this exact second. I'm sure the last 48 hours has had them going back and forth in a million different ways, and I don't know where it stands, but I know that that I want to make the show, and that it will be made respectfully and safely, and it will be a celebration of America in the most positive possible way.
All right, Rob Worsoff, you knew this idea would probably generate some controversy. It has, but you've explained it well tonight. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.